that you've left Nigeria, you're in Turkey. Did you run away? Why? Is it because Trump said he was coming around?
I'm speaking for you. I'm speaking to you from Nigeria here.
Oh, you're back in Nigeria. Good. Now, I don't know if you heard or saw the video we just played for you, where Reverend Ezekiel Dachomo, he was challenging you because you said those were empty caskets buried, but he's ready to prove that 27 people are in those caskets. And what do you say to that? Would you go there and have them exhume the caskets just to prove that corpses are actually in there?
I think because of the excitement in the country, we didn't even wait to hear or to read what I've written. It's there on my Facebook. I said the doctor wrote me about this, and I wrote, I hope it's not true.
Okay.
And I was surprised. He's quoting what the doctor said and attributing it to me. I think you can, before we finish your comment, to quickly go into the Facebook and see what I wrote there. So eventually I saw a lot of dramatization in the issue. I don't know why he was so agitated from something that is an allegation. Evidently he's not talking about 2010 or what happened in 2010. If you can show a list of 500 Christians that were massacred, I myself now, I have a list of 1,000 Muslim families in this Kafancha area who were massacred during the 2011 riots. So what I've said is ethnic fighting between two groups, people who think they are resident and others are settlers, and others who think we have rights like any other Nigerian. This is the fight. But to bring religion into it, that is what beats mind.
Now, Sheikh, people are being massacred. I mean, you just mentioned Muslims being massacred. Christians have cried out that they are also being massacred. And the world is, some Nigerians and some in the world are saying this is genocide against Christianity. But you've always been on the position of making peace with those that have been killing people. How does that make you feel that those you are supporting, those you are asking to, for Nigeria to make peace with, continuously kill both Christians and Muslims? How does that make you feel? Don't you think it would be the nation a lot of good if they are wiped out, erased completely, so we can have peace in Nigeria? Don't you think so?
Yes, one, let me answer you in two phases. One, phase, not phase, in two phases. One, if it's possible to wipe them out and there will be no more bloodshed, I will lead that contingent if it's possible.
When you say if it is possible, what are the things you think that will mar that movement from happening? When you say it is possible.
Okay, so you see, you have to look at the factors that are driving men to be so reckless, to be so bold, and to be so vicious and commit such atrocities. There is something behind them. That thing, if you don't cure it, you shed more and more blood.
Can you shed more light to that, Sheikh Ahmed? Earlier when you had you on the show, you say something about these people, these extremists killing Nigerians now. You quoted a part of the Holy Quran that said that it is more like the end time one, or that you gave it that religious connotation that they are doing the killings because of what is going to happen at the end of the time. When you say that they are looking for something, and until one could milk that, when they are looking for the God, will not have peace. Can you help us actually make sense of it? Who are these people? What are they looking for? And why are they flourishing in Nigeria?
Very good. The end of time tribulations that will happen. And the Prophet of Islam said, if he's alive, he will annihilate them. And I'm telling you, I can. If we have the power, we annihilate them. But two, look at what is behind these people. It's ignorance, one. Then we stir the honest nest. So this is their complaint. They're attacking people because they said we attacked before. So now what we can do is we try to get to them and see how we can divert them. Because look, they are just ready-made soldiers, ready for evil or for good.
From where? Ready-made soldiers from where? Who made them? And how are they in Nigeria? Because recall that we have some top security personnel in Nigeria telling us that they are not Nigerians. For example, the likes of Torjo Bello is a Nigerian. So if they are already made soldiers ready to attack, who made them, and why is it that their activities in Nigeria is not being checked? Now, why I'm asking this question is, you know,
okay, let me tell you before I answer you. I just ask you, who give them this legal weapons to fight?
Let me land on my question, Sheikh. Now, I'm a Sheikh. In Nigeria, for example, you are once a military officer, you know, to start with, a rank 1, a captain to start with. And, you know, you've been all out talking about how we need to grant these people who are killing both soldiers and civilians amnesty. And then you also go out to say that they are already made soldiers, so we have to find a way to renegotiate or negotiate with them because we kill them first. They are foreigners operating on sovereign nation. How does that make you feel as a former military man?
Americans are talking about coming to Nigeria to do the work for others, not for Nigerians. So Nigeria not negotiating to America. A foreign country trying to infringe on our right and sovereignty, and you're still negotiating with him. If America said she's going to attack Russia, immediately Russia will get their nukes ready. They will never allow Americans to come into Russia and say maybe they want to free some minorities in Russia. Look, you see, you have to assess a fight and see where you can fight and see where you can debate and negotiate. That is just simple.
All right, now, when I asked about, you know, how you feel about it, you talked about America is coming into a sovereign nation. ISWAP the other time, and then, you know, some pockets of Boko Haram members were fighting over a territory in Nigeria. This is not like having another state in another state. These are, I'm talking about, are not state actors operating on a sovereign nation. Is there anything wrong at all in seeking for help from people or country with more sophisticated weapons to come into Nigeria to help take out extremist jihadists that are already causing both Muslim and Christians pains?
Mostly the Nigerian government, through the official respecting Nigerian sovereignty, can seek help from anywhere. But for a president who is also not too far from the bandits and the terrorists who has a history of precedence, we have seen what he has done in Gaza, giving Netanyahu weapons to massacre children, women, and do that. Then suddenly, before even the gun has cooled down, calling him into Nigeria to come in and do another massacre, who will agree with that? No government will agree with that.
Okay.
That is the question. So you're calling a criminal. If you're not a criminal, nobody will even raise a voice. Yes, we need assistance, but each assistance comes through our military. Our military, if empowered, they can do it.
Okay, all right, Sheikh, let me stay with you. You were in this session about, I think that was not the last week, if I'm not mistaken, but sometime in the past, you know, and you said that, look, the Nigerians got into a debate. Trump had to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern, and their position then was that, look, if Trump comes into Nigeria and harms as much as one Muslim, that the Muslim community, you are very clear on that, the Muslim community is going to retaliate in kind, and the fact that they were going to unleash terror on Christian community. You were very clear on that. And yesterday, the Pope Leo VI said, look, there is Christian persecution in Nigeria. Trump had said it, you denied it, that there is no genocide in Nigeria. Nigerians denied it, Nigerian government denied it. Now we have the Pope say, look, there is Christian persecution in Nigeria. What's your reaction to the position of Pope Leo VI?
Well, I would say because he's already a Christian, his testimony cannot be taken. And one proof there's no genocide in Nigeria. It's like you people in the studio there comfortably asking me and questioning me about what's happening in Nigeria. So nobody's killing Nigerians, and most of the high-ranking officers in the armed forces are Christians. I wouldn't think they will be assisting in killing Christians, fellow Christians.
Okay, all right.
So
Sure.
we can say that from sentiments and other things.
Okay,
but if you ask me, are Christians involved in this violence? I said yes, they are involved as victims and as villains too.
Okay,
just like
as victims and villains.
And we are victims. Let me tell you one thing. Look, why do you think these blood killings in the north? These people are saying we are taking revenge of our people that were killed, our children. They are taking revenge and killing their own fellow Muslims in masses. Now, if a foreign country will come and kill them, and this foreign country will make the mistake of saying, I'm going to protect a certain thing, automatically their psyche is that certain thing that you are trying to protect is my enemy. And look how, and you see Nigerians, as the Muslims in Nigeria, whether they are victims or whatever it is, they wouldn't allow a criminal country like.
Let me stay with you.
No, wait. They wouldn't allow America to come in here and do any military. What happened with what happened is when French. Oh, sorry.
France, you mean? Hello.
Am I online?
Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody trying to get me.
Okay.
What happened when French was driven from the Sahel? Somebody is trying to.
All right, we'll let you react to that call, and then we'll come back. If you can deal with the call that is interrupted, so we can continue the conversation.
So you see, Nigerians wouldn't even allow the French, even though French didn't colonize Nigeria. We never allowed any foreign country to come into Nigeria. We are the ones that are invited, especially in West Africa, to go and help people, like we had in Liberia and others. So I think what we need to do is to come and sit down as Nigerians, Muslims, Christians, and even non-religious. Now we have a situation at hand. How do you attack it? How do we do it? That's why I involved myself right from the beginning before things get to this situation. I involved the police not at state level, the IG, Inspector Police. We spoke with the Chief of Army Staff then. We spoke with all the security apparatus. Look, we have a window where we can see, we can divert these people, divert them from this evil. But nobody is listening. But now the thing is getting out of hand.
Well, I understand you clearly. You're trying to say that you led them, they dropped their arms, Nigerian government did not play its own part, and so they picked up their arms again and continued fighting. If I understand you clearly. Is that
yes?
Yes. Okay. I'll come back to you. I have a question for you, but let me quickly bring in your friend who's in the studio here, Barrister Darlington, into the conversation. You guys went head to head the last time. Barrister, good morning to you once again. You heard Reverend Ezekiel Dajomo, and of course you've read the reports already. What are your thoughts?
It's unfortunate that instead of things getting better, some people are somewhere fueling it. That means they are unrepentant. It is said that when you tell me your friends, I will tell you whom you are. Seriously. Moses, you people were here when we had the discussion last time. And my take, or what I took away that day was, the sheikh said that we should be praying for northern leaders. That, yeah, they are the problem. You didn't call Buhari idiot. I don't know what that means. He said it that day. And I was thinking that with the prayer I went into, according to him, that we should be praying for them so that things will get better. And I went into that prayer thinking that, but all my prayer now is null and void, is in vain, because the local leaders are not allowing the prayer to go into them. they are still, digging into the country by supporting these people. There is no reason why anybody should even have a one kind word for these bandits. No being.
If you understand Sheikh clearly, he said, look, governments reneged on its own promise, and so that has
What promise? Please, somebody answer me. How can you make a deal with the devil? He told us that he doesn't know these people where they come from, that they are not Muslims. So why are you supporting them? You were here when Tawu Balaje came inside, in fact, on camera, he told us how they invited people from all over Africa. He said it himself, not a leader, that they invited them into Nigeria, terrorists. And he told them to come that the jihad have started in Nigeria. He said it. Moses, where is Leah Sharibu today? That girl is a metaphor for what we are talking about. That girl that we are held against her religious wish. Is that not enough for these people to be sober and say, no, we are overdoing this thing? When is Deborah and Samuel in Sokoto that was burnt? Moses, are we going to call one or two? So for anybody to sit down here and be telling us that you know they deal with who? Where are they coming from? Was it like that before 2015? Moses, he asked me a question here and I want to answer him. He said, who gave these people guns? In 2016, under Buhari, he included 940 million naira in our national budget. And when we asked him, now, this is a private business, so why are you including it to fund the Fulani herdsmen's activity? He said, it's to do ranting so that the farmer header plant will stop. We agreed. Moses, we agreed though, 940, one naira had value. Up to today, until Buhari finished his time and left, you don't see where he built one ranch, one like this, one ranch. Rather, at the end of that year, we saw guns. Fulani herdsmen started carrying guns all over the place, and the killing started. Why is he not talking about it now? No, please, these are issues. Look, you see Benue, Plateau, and that Leah Sharibu, they are not after for what we are talking about, Christian genocide. Let him show me one Fulani man as the IDP camp here. Let him bring one person that is the IDP camp in Benue and the Plateau. Let him show me just one person, one.
Let's go back to Sheikh now. Sheikh, now, my question, would you support the government passing a law that every Nigerian should be armed and defend themselves against whoever is attacking them? Would you support that?
Okay, just imagine this gentleman that has finished shouting, you are giving him a gun, and he sees me passing. There's that likelihood that he will pull the trigger.
No, because the issue was an enemy.
No, because he was saying there's no way you talk to a devil. When he is ready to even bring the devil to his house, somebody who has massacred more than 500,000 people into Nigeria, and these people, they are Muslims. We don't say they are killing Muslims, we say they are killing Gazans. How can you bring them into Nigeria? That's what we are talking about. Number one, the Fulanis, you see, you don't know their psychology. They don't cry over their dead bodies. That's why. If this reaction you see, this violent reaction is all over saying that we are going to take revenge on what happened to us. So if we want to live in peace with these people, let's not kill them. Let's do to them what we have done. Let's do to them what we have done to other Nigerians. There was a time, very unfortunately, they kidnapped some very small young children from.
Sorry to interrupt. Let me finish. No, please. I won't interrupt. You said let's do to them what we've done to other Nigerians. Which Nigerians? Are you talking about Niger Delta, the militants there? They were not killing people. They were blowing up pipelines. Is it the same thing? They were not killing people. They were not burning down houses. They were not displacing communities in the Niger Delta.
If there are pipelines. If there are pipelines in this area where these bandits are, they will blow them up.
So rather than blow up pipelines, they decide to kill people.
No, you see, when you are fighting an existential war and you have nowhere to raise money, so they use kidnap. They took it from Boko Haram. They took this idea from Boko Haram. Look, we are discussing a way out. As a panel, what you do is let's look at how we can go out into this problem. But bringing sentiments into the issue will never solve it. One, Nigerians, the red lines and Nigerian sovereignty must be respected. But Nigeria needs help? Yes, Nigeria needs help. Secondly, is there any massacre or even genocide in Nigeria? Yes, widespread all over the country. But I can even say this government is doing very well. I came from Abuja, a road that you cannot pass because of the kidnapping. Now the road is free. And the Kaduna is free now. I'm staying fine like I'm in Lagos.
How free is Kaduna when you say Kaduna is free? Because just a few days ago,
I'm checking from Kaduna now.
We learned that an pastor was killed, some other persons kidnapped, and also we've been hearing again about killings and will I say people wielding arms again in Kaduna State. A Nigerian
in America just killed his father and injured his sister. That's America is not stable.
The number of people that have lost their lives in Nigeria. What are you talking about? The pocket.
I'm talking about these mass killings. They have gone down. Let's be optimistic. Let's not be pessimistic.
You made a statement.
The government right. It is time now. You all come together with the government, like I've been doing Buhari. I was trying to encourage him. I want to
ask you a question. You said something in your ex-handle, like you said that that the engagement we have been engaging, with bandits, terrorists, and all of that, people who have killed Nigerians, Christians and Muslims alike. And in your handle, you said, that your engagement with them was legitimate, transparent, and conducted with the approval of authorities. Which authorities? Sheikh, are you talking about?
Not the approval of the authority, accompanied by the authorities. Accompanied by the authorities.
Okay, accompanied by authorities.
Yes.
Which authorities are you talking about, sir?
All the authorities, the local, the state, and the police.
And the federal government.
Well, the federal government will involved.
Okay, so now we are in a situation where the same federal government, is accompanying you to go and negotiate with people that have killed Nigerians. And you go to a Plateau State where the president has sent emissaries to Plateau State to go and do some kind of arrangement for interfaith harmony between Muslims and Christians. Why doesn't the president say, look, people that are occupying other people's native lands, other people's homelands, the first basis of negotiation is for them to leave those lands. And we are sending people to IDP camps to go and do interfaith negotiation when others are occupying their native lands. Sheikh, what's your reaction to that? Is it a way to solve this problem?
I see once we have a federation like Nigeria, there's nothing like my native land. Nigeria is for all Nigerians. That's why you have a lot of Igbos here in the north doing business fantastically, bringing things that Nigerians need. That's why you have Yorubas in every facet of life is in market. Nigeria is for Nigerians now. This mentality, tribal mentality and ethnic mentality is still what is worrying some people, especially. I think what we need to do, like you, the press, should educate Nigerians. Look, even if you are a Buram, you can go to Lagos. Lagos now is filled with Yorubas and Igbos doing business. Nigeria is open. And the Southeast too should be educated that, look, allow Nigerians to come in and do business. Then we live in harmony.
Now, the business you're talking about Nigerians coming in to do, Sheikh Ahmed, the business you're talking about Nigerians being allowed to do, is it a business of people leaving their cattle to destroy the older source of living from if you check it out, Sheikh Ahmed, please hold on, and if you check it out and what is happening in Nigeria, how this whole carnage began, go to Benue State, for example, you find out that the first massacre Nigeria ever witnessed, apart from that of the civil war, happened to be in Benue State, where we learned about how many persons were killed. Who killed them? The Fulani headsmen, armed headsmen, bandits now wielding their guns, were the ones that killed farmers because the farmers rose up to say your cattle are destroying our crops. And then if you check it again, move it down, you find out that the likes of Agatu local government, Guma, the West, Logo, Kokum, Oto, Pande, and even Taka local governments now, some communities have been sacked by armed headers who are wielding guns, sophisticated weapons, chasing people away from their ancestral home. Is that a legitimate business? And if that should be that way, why is it that, for example, in Kano, in Kaduna, and in other, states in Nigeria where we have Sharia, that people who rear piggeries are not being allowed to do their business freely because of Sharia?
Okay, you see, you cannot table Nigeria's problem all on my table and say you want me to solve them. What I want to tell you is the clash between herders and farmers is something, even when the colonist white was there, they've tried to separate the area, have a grazing area and have residential and farming areas. But unfortunately, when government come and give land to governors, they started encroaching on these grazing areas and reserves, making cows difficult, to have space, except if there's a clashes between those who will farm their land. So what I think the federal government needs to come is really to come and demarcate these areas. And also, when the issue of ranch, I heard my gentleman saying that there was a ranch. Nobody agreed. The southern states categorically refused ranching by the federal government.
Now the question I ask is still this: who gave people who are doing piggery the right or the lands for them to run their business in the core north? For example, in Kano State and in other northern states, these are also Nigerians who are businessmen who also have a way to making money for themselves. Who gave them lands? Are they being allowed to do the business and all that? Since Nigeria is a federation, and we have to open up for everyone to benefit.
Like what business are you talking about?
I'm talking about people who want to do business in, for example, people who are rearing pigs, people who are doing farmlands, or who are cultivating, tilling the lands, people who are doing other businesses, and even those who are selling beverages and drinks. So who give them?
And are not giving chance in the northern states? I don't think you have to cross-check your figures and see.
Thank you very much.
We are staying peacefully with all Christians here in the north. They are doing their businesses. The only places of clashes is where people have taken ethnicity over nationalism.
Okay,
that is
I'd like for you to stay with us for a few more minutes. The barrister here in the studio needs to make a reaction and get into other things. We will come back to you in a moment.
Okay, thank you very much.
We want to make a reaction to you before you
In fact, the best time to react over an issue is the first time. Moses and Fina, whenever you see infamy, don't give it a chance, don't even allow it. Because if you allow it, it will grow and have the life of its own. That is the meaning of what I'm hearing here this morning. In 1804 Nigeria, we were living peaceful with the Hausa Muslims, no problem, until these people came from nowhere. And Ottoman Danfodio admitted them and said, these are brothers. Once they entered into Nigeria, what happened? All the Hausa princes were wiped out, and they established Emirate Council. Today, as I talk to you now, no single Hausa Muslim is an emir. All of them are Fulanis. It has become a right. It has become their modus operandi. Look at how they are spreading. They don't even want us to remember or talk about these things. Why is it that every time there is infraction in some people? Why? Nobody has come to ask questions. Do you need the whole Nigeria to rear your cattle? Please. Niger State have told you. Niger State is the size of the entire Southwest. They have told you people, come, we have enough land for you. We will give you everything. Build it, make everything come. They say no, they don't want. Come and say to call them. Come, so that we can give you land. If you want to rear your cattle, they say no. What does that tell you? It means that there is something they are looking for. But they will never come out and tell you. They will be dodging and hiding under cattle or whatever. Why is it that this infraction is always coming from them every time? Go and check. But it's just that because this thing happen, we overlook it. We don't check. We don't cross-check. You overlook it, and now look at where we are now. Look at how they are blaming everybody for what they have caused. Look at how they are blaming everybody. They are not even remorse. Moses, they are not even remorse. They are not telling us that they are killing Christians alone. Was anybody die? Okay, who are the people that are killing? Is it Christian militia? Look, they will force the Christians to form their own militia with the one they are talking to defend them. I'm not joking. They will form their own Christian militia to defend them and let nobody blame the Christians because it's getting to that point.
So I don't think that's.
Are you serious? Everybody know that they don't have income. You know what? You told them that say that their voice. Everybody that attack them, they will not vote for you. He said it. He said it in this country. Something is about saying in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, now we make they become the time grant in Saudi Arabia. What was the reason? Moses, what was the reason? Let him tell us. But you can come here and tell provocative statements and nobody challenges you, nobody talks. Everybody just keep quiet because it's their right to say Abi. One of them is Moses. That the Tinubu's wife should be killed because she's an infidel. She's a Christian. Very provocative statement, and we are talking about nationalism. Is that how to preach nationalism? One is always you that will cause an infraction. You talk and behave as if nobody is in Nigeria. No, let us start from somewhere. I told him, let them meet us out here, Nigeria will be paradise, but they refuse to listen. They refuse to listen. They don't want any other person to talk or say anything. They are the ones that they should be heard. Is that how to build a country? What is nationalistic about this thing they are doing? You are Sharibu, a young girl, her destiny cut off.
Thank you very much.